YouTube, what's going on with y'all, man? It's your boy J Revelator 313, and I'm back with another video. So it's been a while since I posted, and I just wanted to, just make a comeback and just, keep giving you guys some content that you can be able to enjoy, share, repost, do whatever you got to do. Chop up the video, like, share, comment, and subscribe to my channel. All right, so I've been meaning to discuss this brand new information that's just came out recently with Tyrese and in regards to his wife Samantha Lee. Now, a lot of you guys know that Tyrese and Samantha were previously married together for about 5 years, right? So this is what's going on for a lot of people who are not aware that Samantha is making Tyrese pay child support every month for about $20,000. And it's been really rough for Tyrese, and he's really been going through a lot of ups and downs when it comes to these relationships with the women that he's been dealing with. And you will understand why I have him in the screenshot with the face that he's making with his current girlfriend slash wife, whatever you want to call her, Zelly. So as far as what y'all know, that Tyrese is a singer, he's an actor. He's mainly known from a lot of movies, especially Baby Boy. If you know Baby Boy, of course, you're definitely hit to that movie. So Tyrese has been married to Samantha for about 5 years, and it's been a lot of situations going on in regards to them getting married and signing a prenup, and it's like she's just trying to take his money and all types of crazy stuff that's going on. So with that going on, see, as far as what I know about Samantha, she never really had love for Tyrese like Tyrese would have expected her to. Because at the end of the day, Samantha was the type of woman to follow suit to what her mother would tell her, and also what friends around her would tell her, as far as like, it probably wouldn't work out, y'all need to separate, but just a lot of people in her ear to give her, quote unquote criticism, but really it was just a way to express their jealousy and for them to be able to cause the breakup and the divorce to happen. So that's what I've been finding out that's been going on as far as with Tyrese and Samantha. So yeah, it's really just a messed up situation because Tyrese has two daughters. I'm not really sure if I think both daughters might be by him and Samantha, or I don't know if Tyrese had another person before them, but anyway, it's just it's just really messed up that Tyrese has to go through this. But at the end of the day, through Tyrese's background, that he grew up in a single mother's home, so it's just like it just caused him to learn how to think, let's say, differently, opposed like just thinking if he had a father figure in the household that can be able to instill the masculine principles within him, so therefore he can be able to make sure that he doesn't lead with his heart. As a man, you got to lead with your mind first. Your mind is always first, gentlemen. So just know that it's really important, because you don't want to be caught slipping out here and getting yourself messed up and shit like that. It's just a big situation, and it's really important that we stay locked in as far as with the wisdom of the Most High, the people that he brings around you to let you know, like, hey, look, you got to be able to do this, that, and the third, to make sure that you as a man can uphold the responsibilities. So therefore, because we all go through setbacks, we all go through downfalls, but those downfalls and setbacks are only to make us who we are today and on forward, to keep growing into the best versions of ourselves, because we never stop growing unless you allow yourself as a man to stop growing. So let's think about it. Now, Tyrese has been paying child support, I believe, for the last 3-4 years, maybe, or something like that. And after they had separated, Samantha had moved on to someone quick. As soon as they separated, she left and just got with somebody else. There's no telling yet, because Tyrese has said in the video that I'll show later that after they got separated, she's been doing her thing, whatever she's doing with other guys, and just be that type of woman that as she wants to live her life, and think that the grass is going to be greener on the other side, which, in her words, is really hasn't, because as she expressed in an interview that she actually regrets having a separation going on between her and Tyrese because of the advice that she was been given to, as far as like the people that's been around her to tell her like you need to leave this man. And Tyrese said himself that he's been nothing but faithful to this woman and make sure that everything is provided for in the household. He does his duty and job as a husband to make sure that his kids are well taken care of and everything. And it seems like Tyrese has been sincere about that. You never really know 100% with celebrities, because I mean, hey, the industry of Hollywood, everybody get down with the get down, and everybody get with everybody. But this is what Tyrese has been saying. Like, hey, look, I haven't even been doing nothing to deserve this. At the end of the day, I make sure I do X, Y, and Z to handle my responsibilities. And that he said that when their marriage was in jeopardy, he was taking a flight. He took a flight back to make sure that he can be saved. So now Tyrese is facing, he was facing backlash back then, as far as like, with him having to go through child support in the old video where he's crying and people make a meme out of him now. Yeah, it's tough, man, because that's a lot to deal with. And, it's, you never want to wish that on no man. And at the end of the day, this goes to show that you can't get with a woman just based on her looks. Because at the end of the day, she has to be a great asset. She has to be willing to be a helpmate. That stuff has to be instilled in her. Or she has the potential to be instilled of leadership, and to be able to be that woman that he needs her to be that support, and to make sure that everything, if he needs her to do anything important, make sure that they can achieve nothing but of the best out of times where it might be hard or it might be easier eventually in the long run. That therefore they can be able to, grow and do what they got to do. There's sometimes it's just, you never know who you're really getting with at the end of the day. So this really boils down to that. Like, nope, you can't just get with a woman just because how beautiful she looks. As the Bible said, that beauty is vain, which means that looks mean nothing. Like, eventually, you won't look the same as you were at the age of 20, 25 years old compared to like 40, 50, 60, 70 years old. Times change. You get older. You don't look the same. Your health is different, what I'm saying? But you can always take care of yourself the best way you can. But you're not going to be who you used to be. Life is all about evolving and just growing and developing. But yeah, going back into regards to their whole marriage situation, is just, look, honestly, Tyrese, I have to commend him for sticking up for himself. Definitely have to commend him for that, because he let it be known, like, hey, you've been doing your thing, whatever, and still trying to get money up out of me because such and such says so. And I can be the, I can let the whole public know as far as like who you've been dealing with, and it's definitely people that Tyrese know and probably was close with, or whatever the case may be, that he used to be close with. And he happened to find out that such and such been messing around with Samantha right after they had separated. And it's crazy that right after they had separated, that's what she decided to do, sleep with other men close to him. And it's just like, it's a whole big mess, because now she opened up a can of worms that, Tyrese has all the receipts. He knows what's been going on. He knows what's up. I mean, that's how the industry gets down too. And that's what happens when you sign up for it. You know what I'm saying? You never know who's in your circle around that area that is plotting to get what you got. You know what I'm saying? You never know. But eventually, that all of that information will be coming out pretty soon. So we're gonna stay in tune for that one, definitely. Um, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play the video, this video first, right here. The screenshot was Zelly and Tyree, and I'm gonna chime in to let y'all know that Tyrese hasn't really escaped into a better livelihood dealing with another woman, because from what I'm seeing, this video was from, of course, I remember seeing this 6-7 months ago, when it was first posted, that, Zelly was talking about that she never was really into Tyrese at first, from the very beginning, around the time when Paul Walker was still walking the earth. And, as we all know, Paul Walker has been deceased for about 10 years now. So, rest in peace to Paul Walker. But this just goes to show, like, you got to be willing to go for a woman who is interested in you. See, a woman can learn to love a man, but also what helps as a bonus is to make sure that she is definitely attracted to you. You don't want to get with a woman that's not attracted to you, because she's going to play like she likes you, but at the end of the day, it's all dependent on what's the motive in her head, and that she can be able to try to manipulate and play you and get you into certain things that you don't want to be in. And also, she will try to suck you dry of your resources if you let her know. So I'm going to chime in this video.
We linked up.
He wasn't my type at all. My type was actually Paul Walker, rest in peace.
Y'all see? See, she admitted that Tyrese was never her type from the very beginning. And that's messed up. That's messed up on Tyrese end. He should have did more of his research. But hey, she's telling the truth now. And it's all up to Tyrese and to deciding as far as like what he's going to do about the situation.
But he wasn't my type at all. And my type is not white. I'm just saying I was...
You see how disappointed he looks? He is disappointed as far as knowing that. And that really kind of hurt his ego. You can take a look at his face. He don't even want her touching him. Like, he's sick about that.
Interested in
touch me.
Paul and every Fast and Furious.
Don't touch me.
And even when I met him, I was like, he's kind of old.
They ain't even said that he's old. But, hey, you decided to date an older man. So, Tyrese don't even look that bad for his age. Hey, it's all depending on how you take care of yourself at the end of the day. But try to call him old, now you got him thinking like, dang, am I washed up? I ain't what I used to be. What does she really like me for? You know what I'm saying?
I just like his smile. It's pretty cool.
This went
his
really
personality,
bad.
His personality
just went really bad, really fast.
It went really fast for sure. Like, Tyrese, you got a decision to make, man, because at the end of the day, that's not a good look, especially with her saying that, especially to the public online. And I know a lot of people hopefully didn't forget about this video, man, because it's just goes to show that Tyrese never really escaped. He's dealing with a woman with a similar spirit. You know what I'm saying? He's dealing with a woman with a similar spirit. It's just somebody that's younger now and a whole different ethnicity. The same ethnicity that he is, whatever she is. I'm not sure what her ethnicity is. But it just goes to show that Tyrese never had really gave himself a chance to heal. Like, he keeps going back to the same thing. And, a lot of us can attest to that. Like, we went back towards the same things before because, being young, we don't really know no better. And as a young man, we're just looking and exploring to understand in the future as far as, like, what do we truly want? Do we want a woman that has more white qualities, or are we just choosing these women because they do certain things in the bed for us really well, and then they also just look great? Because at the end of the day, you want a woman that has more to herself than just looks. she has to have the personality. She has to be submissive. She has to make sure that, you know, she's respectful. She's not loud and rowdy. You know what I'm saying? And it's okay for her to have a voice, but at the end of the day, she has to know when to keep her mouth closed. She has to know when it's the right time to say certain things and when it's the wrong time to say certain things. You got to give her a check. So, yeah, I'm going to play this video of Tyrese going in on Samantha Lee, bro. Yeah, this is really something that this really is going to unfold a lot of things that's going to come pretty much in the future. Ain't no telling when, for next week, whenever, in a few days, tomorrow. Man, let's just get into it. Alright, everybody. I'm watching this video on the channel Ginger Snaps. Shout out for Ginger Snaps for having the whole video. I'm gonna cover this video and have my input. So let's hear what Tyrese has to say on his end. So therefore we can break down everything that's going on.
Alright. Hold on. Look, man, I was not going to respond to this video of my ex that's now gone viral. She is loving it. Congratulations, you went viral again over something else that you said, because you're trying to build up your YouTube page and get your followers up. Listen, man, listen. If you had people in your ear that influenced you into leaving your husband and your 1-year-old child, your innocent 1-year-old child. We both were divorcee kids, grew up in toxic environments, torn in between our old family, new family, stepfather, stepmother. That's a life that we both lived.
And that goes to show, like, yeah, y'all both grew up in a similar situations. So it's just like, you know, negative and negative attracts. You know what I'm saying? It makes it positive. It attracts a likeness, similarity. Both grew up in divorced homes. So one or the other, probably both raised as single parent households by the mom. And it's just a big mess. It was just doomed from the get-go.
And you packed up a 1-year-old, put a COVID mask on top of the Ring cameras, and I was literally in an airplane on my way home to fight for my marriage and my family. You're heartless. None of your friends recognize you. This is all about money. If you had friends in your ear, you're lying, you're gaslighting, you're playing. The only person that was in your ear was your mama. Her name is Patricia Randolph. You didn't have people in your ear. The amount of people that was supposedly in your ear, you also had a whole lot of people like Aventer Gray, Taffy Dollar, Creflo Dollar's wife, who married us. You had a whole lot of people in your ear telling you that you're about to do something stupid, impulsive, and y'all are actually not going through anything that would make you want to.
And she fell for it too. She done got herself messed up into following everybody's orders, following everybody's advice. When really it wasn't even good advice from the jump. Like at the end of the day, she left her mom's house to go be with this man. At the end of the day, you know, it's supposed to be husband and wife. The wife leaves the mom's home, the parents' home, to go be with the husband. That's the way how it is. So at the end of the day, she shouldn't have even taken it upon herself to even listen to everybody in her ear, because they were also the reason why they were separated in the first place. So that was bound to be, you know, just something that's just caused a whole bunch of chaos and disruption and destruction in the relationship.
Your husband. Let's go even further. When Aventer Gray and Pastor John Gray were having their own marital issues at the time, you arranged a therapy session with Aventer Gray at our house. And when she walked out of her therapy session, she walked into the foyer where the bumblebee is, and there was 50 boxes with like 7 or 8 people there packing up all the shit to leave the house. And I was in an airplane on my way home to
and they was probably relishing in the moment of her leaving. Because at the end of the day, it was easy for them to manipulate her into leaving him. And really, it was really nothing even going on in the first place of the relationship to even end the way that it did. Because one thing about it, you can't always listen to certain people that's not going to steer you in the right direction. You got to know when, you got to be able to sometimes follow your own advice and just be able to make sure that you can go in the right direction. You know, sometimes you never know how it is unless you just think for yourself. And I'm like, honestly, some women like her don't know how to think for themselves. They're too easily manipulative. And really, that's the nature of the woman since the beginning of time, since the serpent was able to manipulate Eve into what? Eating that forbidden fruit and finding out the knowledge of good and evil on this earth. And the reason of that was because the woman is the weaker vessel, right? The woman fell victim to the serpent's advice.
And fight and save our marriage. So if you had people in your ear at the time, they must be still in your ear, because you still trying to get $20,000 a month for a 5-year-old. You make $160,000 a year on your own.
See, she makes her own money too. $160,000 a year. So you mean to tell me, what is she doing with that money to still want to, get Tyrese's money? Like, he has $20,000 to give every fucking month. Like, that doesn't even make any sense. Every month that he has to pay to make sure that the child is taken care of, and it's only a 5-year-old. If anything, if you really had wanted all that money, I mean, at the end of the day, all you could have did was just make sure that she's with her father more often. I mean, because he travels the world as it is. He's doing things to be able to make sure that if she has to be with him more, and he has no problem with that, I mean, hey, it is what it is. But come on now. Like, trying to get all of that kind of money out of somebody is ridiculous. $20,000 a month. Nah, man. That's crazy.
This is all a game. You're clout chasing. You're something that I don't even know. A simple woman, not into materialistic things, don't care about fame and mansions and popularity. You're everything that you told me and all of your friends and loved ones that you wasn't. If you wanted to be famous, boo-boo, that's all you had to say.
Yeah, that's the thing with women like her. They get drunk off of attention. So really, that was her plan from the jump, was to basically have a following. I mean, because she has a channel with about 388,000 subscribers. And what's interesting about that is that she makes content as far as with trying to give advice, but really, it's like she's talking to herself in a way, as far as like, because she made a dumb decision. She made a dumb decision even leaving Tyrese to begin with.
You didn't have to play this game that you wasn't. Now you out here playing on single mothers and their emotions, playing on women that are actually in abusive relationships and fucked up marriages that are toxic and dark and dysfunctional. That's not what that.
Yep, definitely. It's like at the end of the day, all she's worried about is the bag. Like, there's nothing else in between that. She's just looking for that money. That's all she really is into. Making sure that she can capitalize off of single mothers, so therefore they can still be single. They still wouldn't be able to find anybody. Because as far as like a lot of people who follow these kind of content creators, male or female, a lot of them give you the wrong advice that is still going to lead you to a burning end. and still suffer loneliness. And still never to be able to have somebody to be with in the long run.
You think I would have a song entitled I Don't Think You Ever Loved Me if I didn't really feel that way? You think I would have a song out called Love Transaction if I didn't realize that it was never love, it was just a transaction? This shit is about money. You've hired 3 law firms trying to fucking suck me dry. I'm approaching $1 million in legal fees, and we had a prenup. You already tried to ask me to come back. You already tried to reconcile.
And she tried to get him to come back. But all that stress that she put on him over the years, like he said, he has almost $1 million in legal fees, man. Like, look how much money that Tyrese had to go through over the years to make sure that he could stay, active in a child's life. Because his woman couldn't get right. She listened to the wrong people, which made her stupid. The rest of them were stupid as well.
Told you I was in a relationship with Zelly, and I was not willing to go and break this off or cut this woman off because you decided to wake up on a Wednesday and come back and play in the sandbox.
Yeah, that's how it usually be. I mean, it was just like, she just pretty much getting ran through after she had let herself go and she wanted to follow the streets. That was her decision. Like, she has no protection. She has no covering, bro. Like, okay, this is what I want to advise to Tyrese. Even with you being with Zelly, and as far as what she said months ago, don't even ignore that, bro. Like, always remember that she said what she said, and that just shows a lack of respect on her end as well. So you never really got the chance to heal, man, because it's like you're dibbling and dabbling with the same spirit of women in a different body. But look, all it takes is to make sure that you can be able to, realize one day that all you need is peace. Until that one woman will actually come around and do what she got to do to make sure that, you straight. Because a lot of these days are not making, and they only really care about themselves and the bag and the money and making sure they, like I said, can capitalize off of certain men out here, which is really unfair. And it's just like from the negative influence of the music or TV shows that they watch out here nowadays. It's just a whole bunch of rhetoric, and it's just garbage.
Everything about the way you left me was heartless. It was evil. You never considered me, your marriage, and let alone your innocent 1-year-old child. She had to celebrate her 2nd birthday apart.
And what's crazy about that is, I think I'm gonna have to pull the video back up with Samantha in the interview, because I watched it earlier this morning and I was like, wow. So the daughter looks just like Tyrese. I haven't really seen her yet. I gotta look her up. But she said that she's like Tyrese's image. She looks just like Tyrese. So that just goes to show, like, in most cases, when the child looks just like the father, and this is depending on the woman. This is not every woman. But some of them will treat that child like how they treat the father. You get what I'm saying? Because they see all of you in that child. So of course they're gonna be a certain way, not exactly, but it's gonna be similar treatment.
And if you really are really suddenly caring about the effects that you've had on me and your family, why don't you sick these fucking lawyers off of me? Call your lawyers right now and tell them that everything that you're still trying to get right now, you don't want it no more. $20,000 a month for a child? Our prenup says no alimony. Our prenup said everything that the prenup said. You're trying to crack the prenup. And it's been 3 years of it. I should have never hired a fucking attorney. I had a prenup. Everything that I was supposed to give you in the prenup, I've gave it to you. You want more.
See, and that's why I even learned this from content creators. You got Mark the Messenger, shout out to them. Mark the Messenger, Ringo, New Breed, Rallo, Pastor Dow, they all talk about this, man. I had learned a lot, especially from reading the scriptures for myself, and just be like, whoever the Most High puts together, let them man separate. It never said anywhere that you should get a prenup and a marriage stay license from the government, because one thing about it, the government owns y'all now. They're gonna be able to make sure, like, if anybody needs a divorce, somebody is getting some money taken away, and it's gonna be a hard hit, and it's not gonna be light. It's gonna be definitely a hard hit. So that's why they say, these brothers will tell you, create your own contract. Do what you got to do. Create your own contract that you two can be able to stick by and agree with. And a lot of women cannot get with that. I don't know why, but at the end of the day, it's just like, I guess it's some kind of programming, because I mean, hey, people of generations not too long ago have been doing this for a long time. Just going to the state, getting these licenses, and it's these marriages are not lasting these days, bro. Going to get these state licenses and prenups and all this type of crazy shit. Because, I mean, look who's divorcing more than the other gender. You got more, 80 plus % of women in this year, the divorces. Because they never really wanted to get married in the first place. They never realized that marriage comes with certain responsibilities. And they weren't ready for it. I mean, because look at the upbringing that they had to go through. The programming is real. It's definitely real. So it's something within them that's just like, they keep fighting against the truth. But at the end of the day, I would say just stay away from these licenses, bro. Stay away from that stuff. Create your own agreement if y'all got to. I mean, I would think that if y'all can come to an agreement, make your own contract, things could be more harmonious. It could be a better flow. Because, look, fellas, you got to take charge of who you want to put in your life to marry, quote unquote, marry, right? It's up to you. Just like women, y'all are the gate openers, the gatekeepers of what's in between y'all legs. We're the gatekeepers of who we want to have next to us in a so-called marriage, right? In relationships.
And it's been 3 years. I've moved on. I'm with Zelly. You moved on. I don't even want to tell niggas the first nigga you started dating when we broke up, because you gonna go viral from that.
Damn.
If I were to tell niggas who you started dating as soon as we broke up, you would go viral from that. All you want is attention. You want Facebook followers. You want Instagram followers. You're trying to be a life coach, and you're trying to get niggas to drink the Kool-Aid. You fucking with a real one right here.
Yeah, that's all she is. She ain't nothing but a leech. She's nothing but a leech at the end of the day. She really has nothing to amount to but just be pretty. And therefore she can get whatever she wants. It's the sad truth, but that's the reality of the game.
Everybody can see through your bullshit. I may be alpha. I may be loud. I may appear to be a narcissist, as some niggas would say in the comments. Girl, you was good to leave that nigga. He's a narcissist. No, she's a fucking narcissist.
Yeah.
Not only is she a narcissist, but she's a sociopath as well.
Oh, yeah.
And what is a sociopath? Someone who will maliciously and vindictively do some shit, fuck over you, hurt you, be made aware of the fact that they inflicted trauma and pain on you, and not even call you and text you to say they sorry.
Hell yeah. Definitely. There's people like that out here, bro. And for one thing, for sure, one thing for certain, stay far away from those people. They say keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Nah, That I don't know whoever came up with that, but that's terrible advice. The one thing you got to do when you have enemies is keeping them far away from you as possible. You have to, because at the end of the day, you never know what way they can be able to attack you.
Did you think about the effects that it was going to have on me or our innocent child when you left me the way you did? Did you think about anything? No, it's all about Samantha.
Yep.
So now, go ahead and chase whatever career you're trying to chase. Go ahead and go viral. Go ahead and keep doing your goofy ass podcast and Miracle Mondays and whatever the fuck else you're trying to build. Over here, I don't want no one to confuse me releasing songs the way Adele released songs about her ex-husband, the way Jasmine Sullivan and Mary J. Blige release songs about their exes when they get cheated on, lied, get fucked over, when they go through painful relationships that come to an end. I don't want no one to confuse me releasing songs, singing about how I feel about Samantha with confusing me wanting this woman back. If I wanted her back, I would have got her back. I don't want Sam. She may be saying that she was thinking about, no. If you had people in your ear when you left me, those same people are in your ear 3 years later because the fucking lawyers are still on my back every day.
Damn.
Go sell this shit to somebody else. Look at every interview I've done, from Sway in the Morning to the Breakfast Club to everything that I've been posting and everything that I've been saying.
Yeah, we seen all of that. Definitely. Like, for the Breakfast Club, as he just mentioned, all of them, we seen them all, man. And, you know, it's been a roller coaster for this guy. For real. And, I mean, can't say that I feel bad, but it's like, you know, we, as a brother, you got to be able to make sure that you have to make certain decisions for yourself. How are you going to be able to, you know, conquer through all of this? Because, I mean, when we make certain decisions, that's really on us. You know what I'm saying? And look, I mean, hey, we gonna make mistakes. You know, humans ain't perfect. We definitely are not perfect at all, one bit. But, you know, there's got to be a time where you can realize it, call it for what it is, and be like, enough is enough.
If you don't like me, nigga, I don't like you. I don't need none of you women in my comments saying they like me. I don't care to be liked. I got my heart broke. I was married. I was with this woman for 5 years. I never cheated. I got more access to pussy than most niggas I know.
Hey, and he had to let that be known. Like, Tyrese is saying that he could have been doing his thing for real. But he decided to stay committed to Samantha, which is a lot. He tried to make sure that, you know, he just do what he got to do for the family that he's built. At the end of the day, he never wanted to neglect his daughter or his wife. And he tried to stick through everything, but unfortunately, it just didn't work out because of her antics, because of the shenanigans that the people around her were putting and molding into her own 2 ears, which caused them to fuck up the whole situation that they had going on.
I was a good man, a good husband, and very, very focused on my family and my children. And the $2,500 or $2,600 that I was giving Samantha, since she decided to leave me, I was giving her that for 2 years straight without a court order.
Without a court order, he gave her $2,000 for the past 2 years without having to be notified from the court at all. Which shows that he did it because, I mean, he loved her. He cared about her. I mean, that's his child's mother. But at the end of the day, she's wicked, bro. She's wicked. She's definitely very wicked for what she's been doing for the past 5 years. And he's just been doing it out of the kindness of his heart.
Find another nigga decided to leave your husband without a court order. Find somebody else that's going to cut a check for $2,600 without the judge making a judgment for you to do so. Wow. I'll always take care of my kids. She's trying to turn a prenup into alimony, which she ain't getting. She's not getting. She's trying to get something that she's not getting because the prenup has protected me. Dad. And she's, yes. Lower your voice. Okay. So at the...
Wow. And that was his daughter, his eldest daughter, I believe. And I'm like, why is she even telling him that in the first place? Like, let this man express himself. Let him talk about the situation. You, see, this is the thing. Kids these days don't know how to mind their fucking business. And they need to. They need to learn how to mind their business and stay in their place. Because don't intervene in grown folks' business. Do not involve yourself in conversations that have nothing to do with you at all. That was totally disrespectful. And she needed to get checked on that. Because for real. Like, let's be straight up. That's not cool. Go, you better off just going somewhere else if he had to so-called lower his voice. Because what are you doing here? What are you even doing here in the first place? That's not cool.
End of the day, man, listen, I am not here to have any of y'all to keep drinking the Kool-Aid. Y'all are going to have to fucking wake up and understand that when relationships and marriages ends, contrary to what the world believes, it ain't always a cheating man who's verbally and physically abusing you, fucking over you, doing something. It's very simple. If it ain't about Samantha, it ain't about nothing. I guess being in a relationship with a big personality and an entertainer, which she signed up for, made her cave. Slowly but surely caved. Her mama was...
Definitely. I mean, she just seen the opportunity and seized it to get what she wanted. I mean, it's nowhere other way around it.
The one who was like, oh, we did it, like we hit the lottery type shit. Gas the...
See, and the mama wicked too. The mom is definitely wicked for that because she was the main person in her ear to make sure that she do what she got to do and divorce this man for no reason at all. And see, that's what happens with some of them who listen to their moms too much, and it just ends up backfiring on their end. Which, in most cases, 90% of the time it will, especially if the mother is like, she don't got no man, no husband, nothing, but want to tell you how to run your relationship.
Her mama was. And then her mom got threatened and was insecure about the marriage and the relationship that we have. In the Bible it says, leave and cleave. You know about that scripture? Or are you going to keep skipping over that every time you do an interview? Leave and cleave to your husband and your family. Your mama never wanted you to leave.
Yeah, she did. She definitely didn't want her to leave. She wanted to continue a generational curse. That's all it really is. She just wanted to continue to have her daughter be in the same predicament just like she is herself. So her insecurities, that definitely made a huge impact, terrible impact, as far as with her daughter in her relationship with Tyrese.
Y'all.
This video kept getting chopped up, but yeah, that's pretty much right there. So that just go to show, like, look, you got to be able to make sure that you got to do what you got to do, because this type of stuff is the reason why a lot of guys still keep getting discouraged as far as getting married under this system, because the woman is always looking for something to be able to capitalize over the man. That's all. A lot of them, not all of them, but majority of them do. And it's really hard to find that real one that's really, really willing to stick by your side to make sure that, you come up the right way. So therefore, y'all both come out on top. So that's really a jacked up situation right there, man. We just got to see what's going to happen after that. So I'm going to share this video with the interview with Samantha Lee, as far as her talking about that she actually regrets having to divorce Tyrese.
It's my child's father. I have a lot of respect for him. There will always be a part of me that will love him because of like what we share together. And the child that I look at every day, like she looks like him, she looks like us, and like,
Wow.
Yeah. It's just beautiful.
That is something. Are you now in the spirit of potentially even being able to rekindle a relationship like?
Oh my gosh, you just asked me this. Can we get an edit? Is
that a hard question?
It is. It's loaded because of the fact that there's been so much that's happened. Like there's been so much that's occurred. Okay. It's my daughter's father. So I would say this. I would say that if we were both going to show up and we were both going to fight for it equally and sacrifice equally, like, things that I needed and, things that, he needed. I wasn't perfect.
Yeah.
Your girl ain't perfect. So I would say that if we were both willing to fight and we were both willing to do certain things, then yes.
Something about that actually makes me very happy.
No, I don't know if that makes
I don't know why.
No, but I'm just saying, like, if it's my child, like, no one wants a broken family.
No, that's exactly, that's what it is for me.
Yeah, like, if it was something that it was like, if it was a situation, you have to hear me, sir, excuse me, you have to hear me all the way. You have to hear me all the way.
Okay, I'm listening.
It's my child's father.
Yep, so there you have it. Y'all see what I mean? So she's going through it as far as regretting and leaving Tyrese. So yeah, that just goes to show the ladies that you got to be real careful of the decisions that you make, especially when it comes to dealing with an actual good man, a great man that is in your corner to make sure he takes care of you. And especially when y'all have children, establish a family together, because you'll never get that opportunity ever again. And especially, Tyrese is better off, and hopefully that he keeps declining her if that's the case. Because she's already been out there with other men right after they had separated. So it's like she just took on the other energies and spirits of these guys. So look, it's just best that, if your woman ever how I want to put it, trespass or transgress against you, then, that's totally up to you. But it's always best to normally just let her be. Because once the streets that she goes, then the streets is where she stays. Because that's not, you don't want to take on that, man. That's not good for your mental health at all. So you want to just do what's best for your children and make sure that, hey, in the future, you just explain everything that, had took place, and, you let the children decide how they're going to make their minds up, and, you just continue to raise them and do what you got to do as a parent, because, it's too many divorces as it is nowadays anyway. So, look, we're going to conclude this here, and to ladies and gentlemen, just know who you ended up getting with. But as far as with this whole situation is with Tyrese and Samantha, and now him dealing with Zelly, this is mainly for the guys. I would tell y'all just to, do not continue to stay into the same old habits, because at the end of the day, is when you stay in the same old habits, you get the same results. So I would say, like I said earlier, it's just best for Tyrese to learn how to just be to himself and just take care of his kids and just deal with women from distance if
that would be his best bet, because there's no telling how long this opportunity and how long this relationship is going to last with his current girlfriend. So, we're just going to see how things unfold and just go from there. So that's it, y'all. I'm glad y'all enjoyed the video. I'm glad whoever watched it. Hopefully you were edified, and make sure that you like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel. Subscribe, like the video, comment, do what you got to do. And with that being said, peace.